that is, on the night in the year 610 when Muhammad received the first revelation of the Quran on a mountain just outside Mecca.
Hello WhatsApp guys, you are most welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing and I will be glad. So another sad news coming in, the legend Lesley Hazleton, a British-born secular Jewish psychologist turned journalist and author whose curiosity about faith and religion led her to write biographies of Muhammad, Mary and Jezebel and examine her own passions in books about agnosticism and automobiles, died on April 29th at her home, a houseboat in Seattle. She died at the age of 78 years old. Ms. Lesley made something unusual by announcing her death herself. In the email was meant to be sent her dear friends after she passed on. Ms. Hazleton had been diagnosed with terminal kidney cancer, and she didn't the unthinkable by taking her own life. She wrote this in a statement, "Yes, this is a goodbye letter, which is difficult for me, because as many of you know, I'm lousy at saying goodbye." She added that, "I've been a pro-choice feminist for over 6 decades, so it should come as no surprise that I'll be exercising choice in this too. I'm experiencing an unexpected but wonderfully bearable lightness of being, not a sad feeling of saying goodbye to life, but one of joy and amazement at how great it's been, and of immense gratitude. I truly have had the time of my life. In fact, it sometimes feels like I've managed to live several lives in this one." Ms. Lesley Hazleton covered the complex state of feminism in Israel in her first book, Israeli Women, The Reality Behind the Myths, published in 1977, at which point she announced that she had no plans to marry and did not want children. She left Israel for New York, that was in late 1979, 6 months after the Camp David Accords. Exhausted by the constant high level of tension and drama there, she wrote in a statement in the New York Times in the 1986, in the long-running column Hers, to which she was a regular contributor, "After too many wars and the ecstatic high of one peace, I hungered for normality." She began driving race cars and embarked on a career as a car columnist, first for Lear's magazine and then for the Detroit Free Press. She fell in love with speed while driving a Porsche 911 on a spring day in Vermont, though her favorite car was her doughty Citroën 2 Chevaux, sometimes known as the Duck, which she had driven in the Middle East, dodging tanks on her way to Mount Hermon and surviving a mined desert track because the car was too light to set them off. Ms. Hazleton later attended racing school, the only woman in a class of 12, apprenticed to a mechanic, worked the assembly line at a Saturn plant in Tennessee, and nearly died when she lost control on a track. She also visited the spot near Cholem Caliph, where James Dean met his own end in a Porsche 550 Spider. So I end my video, I send my condolences to the family of the deceased fans, plus friends, because all what I know is that you guys are passing through a very difficult time. Rest well, Queen.